Did John Lennon have a God complex?
No, I don't think so particularly. But I would say that there's a couple of things that he said and did. We'll leave aside the bigger than Jesus stuff, which we've covered, and other people have covered. God knows it's been, no pun intended. God knows it's been covered enough. But I'm thinking in particular of so there's a time where after some fairly heavy recreational drug use, he convened a meeting of the Beatles in I think May 1968 to announce that he was Jesus Christ.
Sure.
It's just the convening a meeting bit. It's the formality of it.
Yes, exactly.
So
You've got Ringo taking minutes.
Yeah, right. It's just you wouldn't have thought it needed to be put in all their Outlook calendars necessarily, which but yeah.
Agenda, one item. Me as God.
Yeah. Any other business. But yeah, no, and I think they all sort of treated it with fairly short shrift. But I don't think that was a delusion under which he laboured for long necessarily. I think he certainly, the sort of identity crisis that this film is getting at, I think there's a big part of him that wondered a lot who he was and whether he was significant or not. There's lots of creative people do sort of oscillated between self-hatred and self-adulation, but no, not a God complex so much. I just think that, I think he was probably aware that I said I wouldn't talk about it, but the bigger than Jesus comments kind of hint at, he's not talking about himself, he's talking about the Beatles there, but they hint at someone who is aware of his own iconography, I suppose.
Yeah.
At a very young age. So yeah, no, I wouldn't characterise it as a God complex.
And as we often say as well, the Beatles' success and fame was absolutely unprecedented by a long, long way. So just trying to sort of put those into terms for himself in a way that he understands, I can understand how that might lead to questions around, how much power does he actually have? One person hasn't had this level of attention before, and what does he do with that? The crux of this film, where he seems to be really wrestling with those questions, I think it over-eggs it.
Yeah.
But I do think it is entirely believable that these were questions that he would be asking of himself, because how do you reconcile this level of fame, and what does it really mean to him? What has he become in the process? I think those are really interesting questions to explore in a film that he must have been thinking at the time.